All right. So I apologize for the garble in the video here. It's something wrong with the tape. Pretty good extension. There's a little bit of space in between your shoulder and your head at the apex of your extension, so when you reach forward and extend really well there, you sort of close down that space. So that's something to think about, like your shoulder rubbing against your ear. Body position is pretty good. Your hips and legs are not too low in the water. Rotation looks good. There's the slightest bit of back and forth motion with the hips. You notice that? I think that's caused by your hands reaching in front of your head or crossing over as you extend forward. We'll see that on the return trip here. So you're crossing in a bit with your right arm. The left is extending in front of your shoulder. So the hips going back and forth could be a lower back tightness or just a flexibility issue. So continue to work on flexibility as part of your overall training approach. As you get faster, your legs are going to get higher. They're not problematic where they're at now. They're slightly low. As your speed improves, your position improves. Your stroke on your right hand or right arm is mostly a straight arm style of swimming, where the hand and the forearm are in one line. And on your, that was your left arm. On your right arm, it's pretty similar. It's about the same. So that's good. What you want to progress towards is that early vertical forearm or high elbow catch style of swimming. Once you extend forward, then you start to internally roll or shrug your shoulder. Your hand and forearm, then you do the best possible to get them vertical or mostly vertical to the bottom of the pool while your upper arm is still extended forward. So the difference in the angle is before you get to the midpoint of the stroke. It's early on in the stroke. That's why the part of the name is early vertical forearm. Another thing you can think about while you're doing swimming in general, as well as drill work, is the pressure on your hand. So when you're pulling through the water, if you watch the video closely, you can see sometimes your hand turns inward a little bit or turns towards the side wall of the pool. So anytime your hand turns away from the back of the pool, you're going to lose a little bit of push. It's about in the middle. It's minor. Your hand's not totally turning inward, but I can see some of it. And at the freeze frames at the ends, you'll see as well. And this was thinking about more of a power stroke style of swimming. So on that one, on your right arm, on one of those passes, it looked like you had a little more of a catch angle to it. The way you would see the difference there when you're just watching videos like these would be, it looks like there's more of an arc to the arm or a really distinct difference in the forearm and upper arm angles. Left arm technique looked about the same. You're pulling harder there, so you can see you were swimming faster. That's good. So right arm breakdown, pretty good extension. Work on your flexibility to continue to improve that. You can see the space between your shoulder and cheek. I think you're turning to breathe there, so that's your head's going to turn away. And then the stroke itself, kind of straight armish, right? Upper arm, forearm, hand, one line. And then you pull under your torso slightly. Forearm comes up and then pushes through. We talked about in class holding back on initiating the stroke until your face turned into the water. If you recall that discussion, that could be really helpful for you to work on the proper mechanics. So when you return to breathe, don't start that pull until your face is turning back to the water. So left arm again, pretty good extension. You could rotate a little more, I think, so sometimes just think about how much your side-to-side rotation is, and then that's a little bit more of the catch angle right there. So you are getting some of it sometimes. That's good. You keep working on that, and then the hand and forearm sort of pivot under the torso again right here. You want to maintain that vertical positioning throughout the stroke. And it looks like you're doing a pretty good job of pushing all the way through with both sides, so your finish of the stroke looks all right. So you can concentrate on really what's going on in the front.